Since its introduction in 2003, the SAM Puttlab, utilising advanced ultrasound technology, has been the world's leading putting analysis and training system. I'm Mark Officer, and in this overview I'd like to take you through how to do Puttlab measurements on straight and breaking putts, help you gain an understanding of the data being analysed and what it means, and show you how to use the Puttlab system in various training modes. We'll also be looking at the system's ability to do video capture and analysis, and how you can use the 3D software for putting stroke review and training. Then finally, we'll go through how to send the SAM reports to your students via email. Firstly, how to do Puttlab measurements. So first thing is create a project, enter the player's name, enter their email address. If they're left-handed, tick that box. Then you can calibrate the putt station, so that means using a laser off the calibration arm, line that up directly at the target, put the triplet on the putter shaft, and then you hit either V for a 10-second countdown or C for a direct calibration. This is a 10-second countdown, so then we're ready to go. So you allow the player to hit some putts first to get used to the speed of the surface. And if the player is someone that lines the ball up, we'll definitely want to get them to line the ball up. You can assess how good they are at lining the ball up and how good they are at lining the putter face to the line on the ball. You've also got the direct live feedback on the software, so you can look at that on a screen as well. And you want to be walking around the player as they're putting, taking note of certain things such as their ball position, the basic alignments, their posture. So now we've calibrated for a left to right putt. So I generally do 7 putts on each of the angles, actually do 2 batches of straight putts, and then 1 batch of left to right, 1 batch of right to left, just aiming outside of the hole, creating a 1% slope from 3 meters. Now we're doing the right to left putt, and each of these putts the player has actually lined the ball up. And you need to be encouraging the player as they're putting to just try and treat it as though it's a straight putt. Firstly, we come up with the summary. The tendency is the aim and stroke mechanics, and that's an average of what's happening over those 7 putts. Then we've got the timing, consistency of what they're doing in each of these parameters, and then the overall performance score. And then we can look at various parameters. So this is the face angle, aim at address. We're looking to have this somewhere under 1 degree generally, and not too much of a change in face angle from address to impact. The numbers down the left hand side here indicate where the face is angled in degrees. A negative number is to the left, a positive number is to the right. We can see the path the putter is travelling on at the moment of impact. What you're looking for especially is that they're consistent in what they're doing, is the impact location on the putter face, the rise angle, the amount of face rotation throughout the entire forward stroke, and in particular that area 10 centimetres before impact and 10 centimetres after impact. This is the face angle relative to path, so we want to see that basically there are black vertical lines which indicate the face is square in relation to the path. If we see blue lines, it means that the face is close to the path, and red lines, it is open in relation to the path. This is the dynamics, so in this particular area, we basically want to see that red dashed line being horizontal. That indicates that there's neither acceleration or deceleration. And this is the timing, the overall amount of time in milliseconds that it takes to make the backswing, come back to impact, and then complete the forward swing. And then we can take a look at the first of the breaking putts, the left to right. And we're looking at an extended report here, so there's a number of different reports you can look at, including you can generate your own report. So what we're looking for in the breaking putts now is if the player is able to maintain the same stroke mechanics, the same aim, the same look of what they're doing in their stroke, whether it's a straight putt or a breaking putt. Now we're moving to the right to left. So we're seeing pretty good consistencies in these reports. We're seeing that the aim's pretty good. And also down the bottom right here, we can see the predicted ball direction for the software. So certainly we want to have the ball starting under 1 degree error. You can easily see the weaknesses in a player's technique when they are doing the straight putts versus the breaking putts. Mostly we're looking at the consistency. We want to see high consistency in what they're doing in these particular parameters. We can also look at a comparison. This is a right to left putt here on the left, and this is a putt from another occasion on the right. So you've got the ability to compare reports that you might have actually done on that day, or something that you've done on a previous occasion. You've measured that person, or you can do a comparison against another player, such as a PGA Tour Pro. This report is a professional report, so we get to see in more detail some particular parameters here, including putt planes, also the shaft planes. And we've also got the ability to go in and look at 3D reports either after completing a measurement, or you can also do this in training mode. And this can be moved around at a number of different angles, different perspectives, to give the player a little bit more insight into what they're doing. Also in the software you can do video capture and replay, so that can happen automatically. Every putt in the measurement can be recorded, and then you can review it, you can draw lines in, you can do comparisons. That can be very insightful for the player. Now we're doing some audio feedback training, so we're selecting alignment feedback, so you can hear when the putter face is not angled correctly, it will make a sound. Incorrectly, it will go quiet. You can also set this up so that the player can see a display. We can practice any of these particular parameters and get feedback about what was happening in that last stroke that you did. Now we're doing some training using putt planes, so you can see immediately after a stroke has been taken whether or not the face plane and the swing plane are coupled together. Those lines will then be close to each other, and if a player did a cut stroke, which was that last one, or an inside out stroke, and the face angle and the swing path are uncoupled, you'll see the lines separate. And we can also do dual training on any one putt, and you can look at the graphics of what you did in that stroke. So this is also a great function, is training in the 3D software. And now we're going to send a report. So you just open up the report, look for the @ symbol. If you've entered the email address, it'll populate, and then you can send that report. It goes out as a PDF, and they can look at that on their laptop, or also they can look at it on their iPhone.